What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I am your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammett, better known as Mental Healness from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You know where to find me at. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder, and the point of my entire platform is to bring awareness to this disorder and also, in the process, validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. Today's episode is going to be about the good old or bad old trauma bond. If you don't know what a trauma bond is, it's pretty much like, from description, like Stockholm syndrome. Well, you know, Stockholm syndrome is when you become bonded to your abuser. You become, you fall in love with the person who kidnapped you and things like that. You start to sympathize for the person who abuses you or kidnapped you or whatnot. Put you through that trauma. You're literally bonded through trauma. And a narcissist has a lot of tactics to keep that intact. You know what I mean? The highs and lows of a narcissistic or toxic relationship, whatever, draw you in and make you addicted, because the highs are so good that you kind of put the lows like to the side. You kind of kick the lows away from everything, but not realizing that the highs are never the same. The high, like the peaks of a narcissistic relationship, go down. The peaks go down. Because at the beginning, narcissists is love bombing the silliness out of you, giving you everything you want and need, because a lot of times, guess what? You are literally telling the narcissist what you want and need. You are literally giving the narcissist the blueprint to become whoever you want to be. The question the narcissist asks people at the beginning of a relationship is, tell me who you want me to be. Tell me who you need me to be to make you fall in love with me. And a lot of people, they overshares, people who overshare at the beginning of a relationship or just overshare in general, tend to get manipulated by narcissists a lot, because, like I said, you literally pretty much give the architectural design, the blueprint to your building, to you, to your mind, to your heart, to your soul. You know what I mean? So narcissists take that blueprint. Like, narcissists are like architects. Well, like the architects are the construction workers of, the trauma bond, because they take their blueprint and they design they design themselves into the person you want, need, and can't imagine life without. Because you never experienced love like this. You never had somebody cater to your every need and want. You never had this before. This experience is exhilarating. This experience is mind-blowing. This experience is absolutely crazy. So a lot of times people get caught up in these relationships, and then you don't know, it's hard to leave them. And the trauma bond is something that people don't understand, especially when you're trying to tell people about your relationship. Like, I don't know why I keep going back. I don't know why I keep going back. Everything I do, everything I see, when I try to leave, reminds me of this person, so I just stay. You know what? And that's what the narcissist does, because narcissists are all about patterns. Like me, for instance, I use the same soap body wash. I use the same cologne, the same lotion. I listen to the same songs on repeat. I watch the same movies on repeat. So that gets into your mind. It gets into your brain or whatever. So if you going out and my favorite artist is Usher, so I'm always blasting Usher. So if you go to church, they're like, can the usher stand up? You're like, oh, it might trigger you to remind you of me. And that pain is so great that you break no contact. You contact me, because now I'm on your mind again. Narcissists do the try. It's like consciously unconscious to get you addicted. Like, we're doing this stuff on purpose, but we don't know why we're doing this stuff. You know what I mean? And sometimes they'll trap you with a baby and houses and cars and stuff like that. Trap you so you can't leave them and things of that nature. But, you know what I mean? And I know people are like, the trauma bond is so hard to break or whatever. But I believe, this is what I truly believe, that if you can, because a lot of people want to leave, but they can't break the trauma bond. I feel like if you can acknowledge that the trauma bond exists, you can break it. That's just how I feel. I feel like if you can open your mouth and say, I'm trauma bonded, then you can break the trauma bond. You can. You just can. It's the people who don't know what the trauma bond is that cry and beat themselves up because they don't know why they keep going back. Those are the people they're gonna have a little bit more trouble breaking it than people who know what a narcissist is and acknowledge it. Because a lot of times you see people, when I talk to people on one-on-ones, they know that they're trauma bonded and they willingly go back. It's like, I don't know how to break it, so I'm just the pain of leaving is too great. I know I'm trauma bonded. I know it sounds stupid, but I just would rather stay because leaving is so hard. But staying is hard. But staying is a little bit easier because at least I know what I'm gonna get. I was like, whoa. I mean, I understood it. You know what I mean? I understood where that person was coming from. The crazy thing about it, there was a man. It wasn't a woman who said that. So they were like, women are crazy. There was a man that said that. And I was just like, hey, I get it. You know what I mean? He's like, I know I'm in this situation. I know what it is. I just can't, like, it just hurts to see, it hurts more to be without her than it does to be with her. And I was like, he's like, I know that's a trauma bond. I'm trying to break it, but right now the pain is less. So I'd rather just stay in the pain because at least I know what to expect. I know to expect the craziness. I know what to expect the highs and lows. I was like, whoa, yikes. You know what I mean? But to each their own. I mean, I don't judge and things like that. But he knows that his people were going to judge him. So that's why he don't tell people about it because, you know, and the same situation arises for a lot of people. They don't tell your friends and family about it because the friends and family get tired of hearing about it. Are you going back to him? Are you going back to her? I thought didn't he cheat on you with your best friend? Yeah, but I got rid of the best friend, so things should be fine now. And people are like, yikes. And people don't want to talk to you no more. So now the isolation from a narcissist kicks in because now you're by yourself. Now nobody else wants to hear your stories about this person. So when who else can you complain to about this person now? Nobody except the narcissist. And you know the narcissist doesn't want to hear it. So now you internalize this damage. You internalize all this stress, this struggle, this strife and things like that. And you can't get rid of it. It doesn't go anywhere. And now you're in pain. And now you're suffering. And now because like if you internalize the trauma, if you internalize all this stuff, you have no outlet, it starts to poison you. And you become weaker and weaker and weaker. And when you become weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, the trauma bond becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. It makes it harder to leave. You know what I mean? And I know people are going like, how do you break the trauma bond? Like from the steps I saw online, you have to. First of all, step one is acknowledging it, knowing that it exists. You have to know that it exists. You also need to get around people who are going through similar circumstances so you can vent to people going through similar circumstances and make plans like the people who have went through similar circumstances and gotten and beaten the trauma bond and beaten it. You have to. You have to get around people who are going through the same thing because it's hard to do it by yourself. You know what I mean? You can talk to a therapist. You can talk to me. You can talk to, a life coach or whatnot, another narcissistic abuse coach. You can talk to, all these other people. But it's still up to you to do it. You know what I mean? Everybody can help you plan and stuff like that, but you have to put the plan into action. So getting around people who have put similar plans into action, who have lived through this experience and can help guide you through it, it helps as well. Whew. Another thing that can help you as well is like writing the stuff down. Like literally writing everything down. Like you have to write it down. Write it down, get it out of your system. Because if you don't have anybody to talk to about it, at least write down your story. Write down your truth. Do a little bit more research on narcissistic personality disorder and toxic relationships in general. It'll help you focus on everything and know everything is real. And let's know that it is real. Your truth is real. Record conversations and stuff like that. Not for because some states you can't record and use it for legal purposes, but you can record and use it for yourself to understand that you might be getting lied to and manipulated, and your words might be getting twisted around, and you may the word salad from a narcissist. Write it down, record it, get it out of your system, write down your truth to realize that you're being lied to and manipulated, and you're not crazy, because that helps too. Because some people, the trauma bond makes people think they're crazy because you've been in this relationship with a narcissist so long. And some people actually think that they are crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, I thought I was crazy for years. Write it down, get it out of your system. Practice more self-love and self-care. Do stuff by yourself. Turn your phone off, go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym, help get it out of your system. Do something by yourself to show yourself some appreciation, because a lot of times you've been in these narcissistic relationships, you've been giving so much love, care, and appreciation to that narcissist and not receiving anything in return. So you've emptied your cup. You've been pouring from an empty cup. You need to refill your cup. You need to get out of there and refill your cup, because you just have to. You know what I mean? Because if you don't refill your cup, you're not going to have the strength or energy or wherewithal to want to leave this relationship or get away from this relationship. And it's not just intimate relationships. It can be your best friend or your girlfriend or boyfriend or your parent, sibling. It can be anybody. It doesn't necessarily pertain to just, intimate relationships. It can be, it goes through all different forms of relationships and things like that. So choose, get around people, write it down, do something for yourself. Do all that stuff, because on the other end of the spectrum, the narcissist is trying to keep you from leaving. So they're gonna be going harder and harder and harder. And I've done a video on this before. It says a narcissist knows when you're pulling it away, when they're losing you. So they'll start to love bomb you again. You know what I mean? And sometimes just when you about to work up, you feel like you're about to work up the strength to leave, Here comes the person you fell in love with some flowers or something, your favorite flowers, your favorite candy. Hey, let's take a vacation. Hey, let's have another baby. Hey, let's do this right here. They love bomb you to keep you in that situation again and again and again and again and again. They don't want to let you go. So they're going to go harder right now in this situation. Now they go harder to keep you there. They go harder to keep you in the situation and to keep you in this relationship. So they will definitely 100% go harder because they feel like you're going to leave them. And then they'll love bomb you again. But this is how you should take that love bomb. This is how you should take the love bomb when you're on the way out the door. It's not a love bomb. It's a last-ditch effort to keep you there. Because guess what? If they're going to give you everything that you want and need and you've been asking for on the way out the door, if they're going to tell you everything that you want to hear, that you need to hear on your way out the door, that's manipulation, because they've been withholding it the entire time because they knew what you want and needed. They knew that you wanted to be cared for and loved and appreciated. They knew all of that stuff. And guess what? They still chose not to give it to you. They still chose the opposite. They still chose to withhold it from you, to punish you for whatever reason. That should be your closure right there, because they can give it to you when they want to, but they've been withholding it on purpose. You know, they can promise you the world, but why didn't they give you the world while you were there? See, they knew that you wanted the world, but they put the world behind their back. Like, nope, I ain't gonna give it to you. Oh, you trying to leave? Hey, baby, here's the world. You know what I mean? And they'll cry, beg, and plead, show you those emotions, and keep you there, and keep you stuck for years and years and years. And then that trauma bond gets harder to leave because now you got 10 years involved when you could have just had 2. You got 8 more years, a couple more kids, and more financial ties and things like that. And now you're unhappier, and now you might even be physically sick because you're in these narcissistic relationships. They can make you physically sick as well. You get anxiety, hives, all kinds of reactions to a person. You know what I mean? That's what I said. Breaking the trauma bond. You can do it. You just have to do it, y'all, because sometimes your kids are watching you trauma bonded. It starts to affect, like, these relationships start to affect your parenting skills, start to affect your job and your work and your life overall, your physical appearance, your weight, things like that. You don't feel good about yourself no more. Who else will ever want me other than the person I'm with? Because I look terrible now. Because you let yourself go because of stress, because of being unhappy. Choose happiness. Like, I don't, and then, like I said, narcissists will make you feel guilty too. They'll use it. You know what I went through as a kid. You're going to abandon me just like my dad did. You're going to abandon me just like my mom did. You're going to leave me just like all my exes. All my exes walk out on me and abandon me. Why? Why are your exes walking out? Ask that question, like, why are your exes walking out on you and abandoning you? Why is everybody walking out on you? Why is everybody else crazy? Why is it not you? You seem to be the central focus. You seem to be the common denominator. You know what I mean? Ask yourself these questions. Why this person? What's the purpose of this relationship? Because I get a lot of people who get trauma bonded to people to other people's husbands and wives, other people's girlfriends and boyfriends. They get trauma bonded and be the side persons. And they're like, they promise me they're gonna leave his wife and kids for me. What's the purpose of, like, add this up together? They're gonna leave their family, have to pay, like, especially a man. Let's say a man leaves his family to be with you. Now he has to pay child support, alimony, and what does he get? He gets me. Cool. He gets a person, and he gets somebody he can never trust, because if you cheat with a narcissist, they will never trust you because they know who you are. They're like, well, you cheated with me, so I know you'll cheat on me. So your relationship is gonna be terrible. They're gonna keep you in the house. You ain't gonna be able to go anywhere because I know the type of person you are. You cheated with me, so I think you were gonna cheat on me. So now all that stuff I told you my wife was doing to me, it was actually me doing it to her. So now I get to do it to you, and worse, because I know you were cheating with me, and I was married the whole time. So I don't trust you. Why would I trust you? Think about it. You get trauma bonded to somebody else's husband or wife. That would be the wildness right there, and you know it too. You're like, he told me he's gonna leave. If you listen to this on the podcast, I got quiet and stare at the camera because people lie all the time, and some people choose to believe the lie. As opposed to doing research and asking questions, you choose to believe the lie because you trust people. You give people the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt will have you trauma bonding and wasting your time, wasting your life, wasting some prime years of your life because you gave somebody the benefit of the doubt. They deserved it. No, they didn't. Anyways, y'all, I know this was a little longer episode. I woke up in the morning and just felt like talking. I hope y'all truly appreciate it because I appreciate y'all, because guess what? As much as y'all learn from me, I learn even more from you. I'm so thankful for y'all. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But also, If you're listening to this to Apple Music and Spotify or whatnot, hit me that 5 stars, please, please, please. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all. I'm thankful for every single one of y'all. Mental Healness gotta go. Peace.